Would you rather cross paths with a random man or a random bear on a hike?
Man.
Okay. Lindsay Lee.
I said man last time, but I'm going to say bear this time.
Didn't you say bear last time?
Mm-mm.
Okay, but you're saying bear this time? Okay, what about you?
Bear.
All right, Jade?
Man. Bear.
Bear, okay.
Man.
All right.
Man.
I love how everyone who accused me of not liking them because they're sex workers are the ones that like chose bear. That's why I don't like y'all, because I can see right through y'all. That's why. Obviously a man. I go hiking all the time and running, and I pass by many men, and none of them have diddled me. So
is it Smokey the Bear? Because he seems pretty nice.
Smokey?
Or
sure.
Just some random bear.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
bear.
So, Chloe, what's your take on the man versus bear thing? Do you have a response to the women who picked the bear?
I think the same women that pick the bear, not just you guys, but everybody who picks the bear is going to be the same one that's going to be like, don't generalize me. Don't say all women are this and that. But yet they're like the first ones to just be like, all men are bad. All men are shit. All men are, you're just fucking hypocrites. And you're idiots, because bears, first of all, don't just kill you. They kill you. They keep you alive.
Yeah.
They rip you open. They shit in your wounds to mark their territory. And y'all think you're safer with a fucking bear? You're delusional.
No.
The bears don't want y'all either.
Most women would just rather have that horrific scenario that you just verbally described happen to them than
'cause
being
men are
raped.
So terrible. Right.
Not every man, no.
Every man, just
Pardon. There was
Yeah.
a woman who was camping, and she was on her period and woke up to the bear literally like eating her from that area.
God.
So I don't think you want a bear.
Yeah, no, that's
Nobody
terrible.
would
wants
with you.
But there's been
The
less
bear.
than
To
10.
them.
There's been less than 10 deaths a year from a bear, and that is not the
true.
same
Where
for
did
men.
you get that statistic?
How many men are you meeting
You
in the
pass
woods
by
versus
millions
bears?
of men every single day, and none of
Literally.
them look twice at you. I promise. So
It's
we're
not about
not going
that.
to do the fear. It is. It's
Well,
fear
no, but
mongering.
It's about women.
Really quick to your point, though, Lindsay, while if we're looking in totality, yes, there are fewer bear attacks than there are, like, for example, men who murder women. However, we have to look at per capita or per encounter. So the vast majority of women never encounter a bear in their entire lives, whereas almost all women will pass by thousands, if not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of men in their entire life.
Not to mention the actual statistic in America. I'm quite familiar with American statistics, even though I'm Canadian, just because my audience is American. 0.0002% of the male population will ever and have ever committed a violent crime. Whereas 100% of the bears you pass will definitely eat you. So
I mean, I've never had any aggression shown towards me by any bear that I've passed in the woods.
have you
How
passed
many
any
do you
bears in the
pass?
wood?
Yeah.
How many
Right, so
bears?
I'm from the
four
Pacific
bears.
fucking Northwest.
So, okay, let's see.
Remember
How
there
many
was a
bears?
girl on here who was like
So
Russian or
stupid.
something, and she was like,
The
"Oh, I
IQ
used to
is
cuddle
IQ.
bears in the woods, and I used to like play with the bears in the woods. I choose the bear." She was on this podcast.
Okay, sleeping
Like-
beauty. Like, what?
Really?
Yeah, so you
used-
maybe
you used
passed,
to play with bears.
Let's be realistic
No, the
here.
likelihood is that you're not going to have any interaction with the bear. You don't have a small fear in the back of your mind. Maybe nobody that knows anything about wildlife or has ever
I
been
see
anywhere
a
near a
bear, I'm
bear.
shitting
Can I
myself.
just
What do you
finish?
mean?
Can
The
I just finish,
likelihood
please?
of the man
Can I-
essaying you is really low as well, though.
Yeah, it's very low, but with a bear it's zero. You could
It's
die.
not zero with a bear. They might SA, yeah, but they might just kill you instead. Would you rather be SA'd or dead?
Bold of you to assume I'm enthused to live, sweetheart. Yeah,
That's
it
what I
would
mean,
be
though.
dead. I would choose death over being great. That's
I would
the point.
choose still being alive, honestly, than being
Well,
dead.
And that is your prerogative, babe.
So we'll say you're from the Pacific, you said. So you've probably, let's be honest, you've probably passed like 4 bears and none of them have mauled you. That's amazing. You've
7 to
passed-
10.
Sure, you've passed
minimum.
millions of men your entire life, and 99, I'm not going to assume you may have trauma, you may have bad experiences. 99% of the ones you've passed have done
The
nothing
question
to you.
is always, what would you rather pass alone in the woods? a
man
bear
that can help me make
or a
shelter?
random man.
A man that can help me
Yeah.
make a fire, catch some
If you
food.
did a
I can do all
man,
that, so maybe that's
If
why I'm
you
not
did a
worried about
specific
that.
man, like who
No,
would you
you can't.
rather?
Yes, I can.
If you're alone on an island, it would be much easier if a man was with you than if you were on an island alone with a bear.
My issue with this
You guys
argument.
are talking about walking past
No,
them.
we're talking
no,
about
but being alone in a
the
forest,
woods.
aka you
Like
have
you're
a-
stuck there by
You are
yourself.
stuck there by yourself with
Yeah.
a man or an
I don't
actual
necessarily.
beast.
I don't think the question necessarily implies that you're stuck in the forest or
Yeah,
lost
exactly.
In the forest.
It's in passing. It's which
Yeah,
would you
let's just say
rather
you
pick
pass.
to go in passing? If I'm-
Wait, but question.
rather pass.
For
do you
somebody
think-
that's
I'd rather pass.
terrified of men, you sure take money from them all the time.
I never
You
said I was terrified of men.
Don't you escort? Did you say that you escort? So you put yourself in situations where you're actually more
Very vulnerable.
likely
I'm gonna
to
let her
come in
finish.
contact with a man who is sexually violent, who is aggressive, who is going to sexually assault
I
you,
don't
who is going to view you
escort,
as an option, as
so
an
you can
object.
keep talking, but I don't escort.
But you just nodded. I asked you if you escorted.
No, I didn't. I said I'll let you finish.
Wait, didn't you say? Well, you said you do.
I said I had
sugar
I
baby.
was a sugar baby for 2 years.
Okay.
So escorting?
You are a hoe of any sort. So you thereby have put yourself in a position where you are far more likely to come across a man who is like sexually violent and weird. What I'm not understanding. It's not even like we're using. If you were to ask me, would I rather be alone in a forest with a bear or Diddy? I'm picking the bear. But we're talking about every single like average man here, and you're so deathly afraid of men.
I
that
never
you pick
said
the
I was
bear.
deathly afraid of men.
Oh my
I
God,
said I'd
girl.
rather be
All right,
killed than
next.
raped, hun. That's a different statement.
Hey, I
But
agree
okay.
with
Yes,
Matt,
next.
though.
I want to
You
pass
should be carrying
Matt
a
because he
gun
keeps a
in the
Glock on
woods.
him. Matt, I'm trying to find you
Can I
in the
ask you a
woods.
question? So, can you acknowledge though that in both instances you could have a completely uneventful happening?
No, she
Yeah.
doesn't want
So
to.
you could cross a
It does- it
bear.
doesn't
No, you
serve her.
absolutely
No,
could
but
have
you-
nothing happen.
Right, you could cross a bear, nothing happens, but you could also cross a man, nothing happens.
You have a higher
Yes.
chance of having nothing happen
Yeah, I
passing
agree
the
with
man
that.
than the bear.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
But we're being delusional. Okay.
Wait,
Not in my
question
experience,
For you.
like, I don't-
Would you rather walk up to a random bear and pat it on the head, or walk up to a random man and pat him on
She's
the
going
head?
to say the bear because she's the bear cuddler.
No, I'm not a bear cuddler. I'm not the crazy dude that lived with bears in the woods and then
But
got
which of
fucking
the two would you
mauled.
rather do?
Obviously, the guy.
Okay, you'd walk
To
up.
choose up to walk and
so
make
we're
a
being
connection and
logical.
interact with it. Yes. Why would I
No, you
walk
can't
past a
say
bear
anything.
and try
You
and
just
go
have
pet
to
it?
do tap, tap, tap.
It's a wild bear. Why
Yeah.
would you walk up and tap, tap, tap it?
I don't know. Maybe you're
Walking
into
past
bears or
something is different than going up and forcing an interaction with it.
Brian, you got to get smarter people on these podcasts.
I'm not
My
stupid because I have
brain
a
is
differing
hurting.
opinion than you.
It's hurting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question, Brian.
Well, a couple
Dun,
clarifying,
dun, dun,
a
dun.
couple clarifying things here, really quick on the bear thing. So I understand when women answer this, they're typically thinking, okay, it's about essay. That's what it boils down to. Can you tell me then, what do you think? Like, we're talking about a random man here. So, what percentage of the adult male population do you think, in this circumstance, where let's say the situation is this, you're hitting a button. And this button, you're in the forest, you instantly spawn into the forest, and you can instantly spawn in a random man, or you instantly spawn in a random bear. What percentage of adult men do you think would essay you in this circumstance?
I mean, obviously, they're not all just going to be like rapists.
Just, okay, just say track
Oh,
rape if you
sorry.
can. It's okay.
Rape.
What's the percentage though?
I don't know.
10? Well, yeah, 10. It doesn't have to be precise. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%.
I mean, probably like
Closer to the mic.
less than 20%, maybe.
Less than 20%.
30%. I don't know.
30%. Okay.
Now, what percentage of the bears that you pass do you think is going to attack you?
I mean, I don't know. 0?
So and then
Hold on.
I'm not-
What do you think? What percentage of men?
Google it. It's literally up there.
You tell me.
It's
What do you think?
0.0002%
You have my
of
phone.
men are going to commit a
don't be
violent
rude to
crime in their
Brian.
life. I have the
Thank you, my
statistic.
Caucasian.
As he raises a glass to his Caucasian. Basically, when I think about the question, I think about the way people answer it. Anyways, the way that I answer it is a lot of the times, I mean, I don't know. I guess everyone's like scared shitless of bears. Most of the time, you don't even know they're there. But when I think about it, it's kind of like the thought of the possibility. And like you said, yes, I guess it's fear mongering. It could be whatever. The possibility of being raped versus the possibility of nothing versus the possibility of like nothing versus rape or like nothing versus death.
Use essay, please.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Please gotta be careful.
Sorry.
Yeah, but nobody said, would you rather be killed by a bear or raped by a man? So this is disingenuous. Oh, sorry. Essayed. So it's just a disingenuous argument to avoid saying my argument is based off of a logical fallacy. We could just say what it is. That's fine.
Oops.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, I was like, you lost me, honestly. I was like, I was still going to continue. And then she started talking. And
I feel like you have a lot of
there.
opinions for somebody who has experience with only 11 men versus the women who have experience with a lot of men.
That doesn't mean anything.
What
That doesn't make
What?
a difference.
Wait, what does that mean?
Okay, so you're saying I don't have experiences with men?
No, she's saying, I think, that
No,
you,
right,
you,
no,
you
that's
have
what you're saying.
been with enough
Wait,
men to be
of your
essayed enough to have an
thousands-
opinion on this.
No, wait, Brian.
Great, so why
Canada, eh?
From the
why
mean
even
streets
here
of
giving your opinion when
Vancouver.
you're not even a U.S. citizen?
What the hell?
Because what?
your
What
arguments
kind of like
are
nationalism
baseless.
is that?
Because
No,
we're not going to Canada and telling our
You're-
opinions.
mental gymnastics.
You're
You
digging
said,
yourself into a deeper
hold on.
hole right now.
You said
I know, and
don't-
she keeps just feeding into it.
No, ma'am. You said, I've taken more dicks than you, so I have more experience with men. I'm telling you, I not only grew up in social services, but I grew up on the streets. And where I'm from, if you're a woman on the streets, you either man the fuck up or you get pimped out. I chose not to get pimped out. So I have plenty of experience with men. I have been sexually assaulted. I've actually been sexually assaulted twice by women. And I was molested by my older brother as a child. So don't think for a second that I'm coming here with some naivety to men because I have plenty of experiences with negative men. Does that mean that I'm going to look at those men and say, Brian's going to do the same thing? This gentleman over here is going to do the same thing? 90% of the population is going to do that? No, because I'd be doing myself a disservice. And as women, we should not be living in this constant fear where we think that men are just going to come like rape us and we should be living in the forest with bears. It's a disservice to
Nobody
us.
said we wanted to live in the forest with
You
bears.
know what I'm saying. I'm paraphrasing. I have plenty of experience, and whether I'm American or not, it doesn't matter. I'm right above you guys. This isn't Romania versus the USA. Give me a fucking
I don't
break.
think it should be a fight
like,
of...
give me a break.
I don't think it should be a fight of who's been
Some
essayed
crazy bears
more
in Canada too.
to have a more...
Yeah, literally.
Bears in Canada square up
We
the
have-
second they
we have
see you in the
Rocky
woods.
Mountains. Like, we got some.
I think that is a little bit of mental gymnastics to say you rather take an encounter with a bear over a man. Just a little bit. Like, it's a bit of a stretch.
It's not to say all men are going to do that. It's that we don't know who we're going to have that encounter with, so we don't want to take that risk.
But when you're doing that, you're implying that it's a high percentage of men that might do that to you. You're implying that there's a good percentage of men.
It is.
Whereas it's
Wait,
actually a very
give us a
small
percentage.
percentage.
It's the number one reason for unaliving pregnant women is their partner.
No.
Wait, hold
That
on.
doesn't mean they were
That is a
great.
statistic. But I'm saying, like,
what is the percentage? Give us the percentage.
I don't have my phone
Children-
on
No,
me.
Just
you
what you
have it.
look. I'm not asking for like. If you're wrong, it's okay. What do you just generally think?
Of what percentage?
The likelihood of just you plop the average random man. Sorry, not average. You plop a random man, adult man, in the forest. What is the percentage of these men that you think are going to take this opportunity to essay a woman?
I'd have to deduct it from the statistics of women who are being essayed or harassed or whatever, which it's 1 in 2 women for harassment and it's 1 in 3 for assault.
Why? You know
So
what's
that's a
weird
big
though? You know what's
percentage.
strange?
Most assaults
Is that they collapse all these lesser forms of harassment under this sort of umbrella term of SA. For example, I think it'd be unfair to collapse like full-on violent stranger grape and like put that under an umbrella term of SA, and that includes like catcalling or street harassment. These are bad things. These are bad things. Catcalling bad, etc. But it's like kind of disingenuous when it's like 1 in 2 women have been raped, or
No,
one time
that's
a guy
harassment.
made eye contact
I'll give you
with
a
them.
better
What the
But like
example.
if it was like, oh, if you rather be in the woods with a bear or Brian, I'm gonna choose Brian.
Okay, so
obviously.
here's a
Nope,
good
choosing the bear.
example.
Brian's very scary.
you're saying women would pick the bear because men most often commit violent crimes, which is true. Okay, so if Brian were to sit here and say women are the #1 killers of their children in America every year. They are the most to abuse their children and the most to kill them. And then Brian were to say, who would you rather leave your child with, a woman or a cougar?
Oh, that's a good one.
Are you going to sit there and be like, oh, it's the cougar? Because no, you're going to say give it to the woman.
97%
That's
of
a good
all
one, Chloe.
perpetrators of child sexual abuse is men.
That is unequivocally false. And I
That is
actually
not. Go look it up. It's
unequivocally
literally
false.
on the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, but you're from
97%
Canada, so you wouldn't know.
abuse
Specifically for
towards
sexual
children.
abuse.
97%. Can you look that up? Can you fact check that?
I think she said specific to sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Abuse in general, though, is
But then,
perpetrated
see,
by more
again,
women.
your mental gymnastics. I'm saying abuse and murder. Can we stick on that?
Yeah, and my little sister works for social
No,
services.
mental gymnastics.
And
Great,
she
I grew up in it.
literally has
Cougar
had
or a
every
woman?
single case has been
Cougar
a man.
or a woman?
I don't even have a
Yeah,
kid. I don't think I should speak on it since I don't have a child.
There you go. See what I mean? It's
Chloe-
mental
Chloe-
But you
gymnastics.
said that you're a mother, so that you can speak on
Yeah, and
things
I would
of mother.
pick a woman. And I
Right,
was also
okay.
extremely abused by my mother, horrifically. Like, I was locked in a room
That's what's
for
wrong.
a long
Okay.
time. Oh, yeah, you think I have, like, some issues with women? Because, no, it's called having a brain. It's called being
Felt the need to
educated.
fly to America and tell us how we should be.
Why does it matter?
How
where
do
she-
we- how do we get on the-
It doesn't
How do we
matter.
get on the
Why do you
conversation?
keep harping on her being from Canada?
Because it's mental gymnastics.
She doesn't have an
Because this is
argument
about
back to
dating
you.
lifestyle
doesn't.
in
No.
America, not Canada.
All right,
It's
just say you
dating.
don't have
They're
to
not
do
even a
modern
fifth of our
dating.
population.
It's modern dating. It's not American dating.
Oh,
It's
notice
modern dating.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
I wanna
about
press
dating.
one of the
We were
buttons.
talking about whether or not to
Non-detail.
That's
leave
what
your
this
child
podcast is
with a
about. It's
cougar
literally
or
about
mother.
dating lifestyle and
Literally earlier, you said you're not even a U.S. citizen. Why do you get an opinion?
in America about
So
our
first.
dating lifestyle.
It's
because
not about
you are
American dating.
What?
It's dating
Wait,
in
am I
general.
allowed to have an opinion
general.
even though I'm British?
That's
Absolutely.
Not, oh my God.
That's what you're
Wait,
saying,
but I
though.
don't understand this complaint about her being Canadian. Like,
Yeah, but
Canada-
notice how she completely avoided answering my question on whether or not she would leave her child alone with a cougar or a woman.
I don't have a child, so
But which would
you
you
don't
pick if
think
you
that
did?
my
Yeah,
opinion
but-
is going to be
hold on,
valid either
just because
way?
it's a hypothetical.
Okay, so
Yeah,
can
but
we
none
just
of our
all agree
hypotheticals have
that-
worked for her, so
don't
it's
leave
a
your
double
baby with a cougar.
standard.
Yeah, we
There's
can
no
we can
double
just
standard.
all agree that
No
it's a
children
logical
left
fallacy.
in
If-
the
Hold
babysitting
on,
company
really
of
quick, though.
cougars.
Chloe,
All right.
Chloe is right
Next
about
question.
this statistic. So women are much more likely to commit infanticide. So
Yeah.
women are more likely to kill their born children.
At an alarmingly high rate.
And if you want to talk about abortion,
Talking about abortion, yeah, I was about to say.
then
No, he's
then
not.
it gets
He's
a little
talking
crazy.
about.
It's crazy.
He's
I'm
talking
sorry.
about. He's talking about born children.
Oh, yeah, we're talking
Women
about,
are
No,
much
when I-
more
maybe,
likely
like, a
to kill
postpartum
them.
type
Yes,
issue
when I'm
than
talking
men.
about infanticide, I'm not bolstering the statistics by including
No.
abortions. I'm
Yeah.
speaking specifically about already born, like out of the womb children.
Okay.
So you can't answer whether or not a child would be safer with a woman or a cougar because you don't have the specific child to look at.
child,
Like,
what?
is there a,
Well,
a
you're-
grading system
You're
that we're going to pick
asking me
on?
something that I don't have
Dude,
the information about
But
right
you
now.
You do not
so-
have
But
to
you didn't
have
have the
a baby
information about the
to
man
know
or
that a
bear
baby
either.
should not be left
Yeah, I
with a
do.
cougar.
Well,
Why
you
are you
didn't.
being weird? Just
Wait, we're not.
Because she
obvious
doesn't want
thing.
me to be right,
It's
and
just
I'm
an
used to it. It's okay.
like
But we're not asking you to
I feel
give
like you
us.
just don't want to agree
Hold-
with her.
We're not asking you to give us a super specific breakdown with statistics. We're not asking you for a dissertation. Just your gut. Just your gut instinct on this.
Oh, so we could just talk about anything and
No, he's
speak our
specifically
opinion and whether
asking
it's
you
right or
if you
not
would
doesn't
leave
matter.
your baby with a woman or a cougar.
Gut
But I don't have a
instinct.
child, so
it
I'm not
doesn't
going to
matter.
answer that.
What if
If
it was
you
like you're
did,
young?
But you
you're
didn't
young.
answer your body count.
What if
and
it was
you
like
don't
you're
have to
young?
answer anything you don't want.
Deflection.
What if
You pick the bear. What percentage of men do you think would SA you in this situation?
You picked the bear? I thought
Awkward.
you picked the man.
No.
I don't know. I'm thinking over here like I'm Snow White. Like me and this bear are gonna get.
You're not gonna snuggle with the bear at night.
It's gonna eat you like that scene with Robert. What's his name? Leonardo
Press what?
DiCaprio.
He's saying closer to the mic.
No. Okay. Anyways, whatever.
She's taking deflection
All right.
tips from her friend.
If we change this question to be, instead of a man, we just say black person. Black person or bear.
No, I say this all the time.
If you pick the bear over a black person, do you become a racist?
I was just thinking if a bunch of men were sitting here debating whether or not they felt, safe around women and we're generalizing all women, we'd have a shit fit and we'd be like, these men are so underdeveloped. But because we can just sit there and it's crazy. If you change most of the shit that we say about men, if you change the word men to any different
Like a
race,
racial group, yeah.
ethnicity, it's no longer acceptable. But because it's men, we're just empowered queens.
It is true. Well, sexism towards men is tolerated.
No, it's encouraged.
They did this question in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they wanted to eat somebody, but they couldn't pick. They were like, are we racist if we don't eat the black guy?
But do you think that they would be racist if somebody said, I'll pick the bear over a black person? Would you deem this to be like a racist position to hold?
I don't know, but I don't think that's even fair for me to answer.
Why would it?
She does that?
Why would it not
Because
be
you
fair
might
for you
do
to
things
answer?
that she would consider racist, but then you don't consider racist just because you're a white guy.
If
So
you looked up
you're
mental
not aware of that.
gymnastics in the dictionary, your name
won't-
would be right
She doesn't
there.
answer the question, but
No,
asking-
it's mental
he's asking
gymnastics.
what
Because
you
your
think.
questions are not even,
They're very
No.
valid.
Oh my God.
they don't even apply.
I don't understand why you can't answer the question.
Because I wouldn't view it that way, but
You wouldn't.
but
you wouldn't.
depending on who you ask,
you
they're
would-
going to have a different
So
opinion.
you would not think it's racist.
No, I think that's a preference.
What?
Because we just said we'd rather a bear than a man.
The bear.
I mean,
to the black person.
I guess you're logically consistent.
Well, because you're so-
The question is, if the question changes black person versus bear, do you think it would be racist for somebody to pick the bear over a black person?
I mean, technically, you said person, which means it doesn't have to be a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Right? No, but they're not picking
technically-
the black person, even though there's a chance it could be a woman.
See, you said person, I'd pick the black person.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you what you would pick. I'm saying if somebody picked the bear over the black person, would it then be racist?
Then technically you could classify it as racist.
No, is it technically racist or is it racist?
It could technically
Okay.
be.
Wait, why are you doing that voice? What about you? You pick the bear. Do you think it would be racist for somebody to pick a bear over a black person? Get to the mic, please.
I'm just not gonna comment on that one.
Why not?
Okay, I'm okay.
Just answer the questions, guys. Come on.
Makes you sound racist.
This is getting so tiring.
It does.
Come on.
Actually, you not answering it does
Makes you
point
sound
more
racist,
towards
yeah.
you being a racist.
Okay, I just don't want to answer the question. I feel like it's kind of maybe a little racist, but
I don't even understand. Like, is racism bad? Can you answer that question?
there's racism not just in the black community. I feel like there's a lot of racism in every community, but
Okay,
He asked if
racism
it's
bad?
bad.
Bad or
Racism bad.
racism good?
bad.
If it would be racist to pick the bear over the black person, then their position is sexist, and I assume they're against isms, they're against sexism. So you guys are sexists. It's okay. You guys are sexists against men.
Yeah, you're bigots.
I mean,
You're bigots.
Round of applause for the bigots at the table.
I think, never mind. I don't know. This question about the man bear thing is just like circling the drain. I was going to say one more thing, but
Go ahead, say one more thing.
I just think that immediately, like, your mind jumps to, when I think of it anyways, when the whole man versus bear subject came up and became a really big thing, is like, everybody's going to hate me for this, but like just walking past something, automatically, selfishly, you're going to think of your own experience and what reaction you're going to have to walking past a man versus a bear.
When you walk past a man day to day, are you like,
we're not talking
"Oh my
about day to
God,
day. We're not
oh my
talking in the
God."
middle of the city. We're not talking about all these places. We're talking about
Okay,
alone in the woods.
Right now, I got beat up, and this is a true story. I got my shit rocked by a black chick when I was in high school. I deserved it. I was being a bitch. I deserved it. Okay, but
Were you
now
being racist? 'Cause
no,
then, yeah.
no, girl, no. I was just being a bitch. So now, if our experiences are a good excuse, is it okay for me to be like, well, I prefer not to be around black people?
I don't prefer
Or should
not
I
to be
use
around
my
men.
brain and
No,
but
that's
you do.
That's the same
you just
thing.
pick the bear,
It's the
meaning you're
same-
preferring
it's
not
the
to be
exact
around
same
men.
thing.
I didn't say I prefer not to be around men.
Because I've had trauma involving men doesn't mean that I'm now like lesbian and only want to be with women. I'm still seeing men. I still love men. I still love pleasing men. Like, I'm still going to feel that way towards it. However, am I going to have that trauma response because I have had bad experiences? Yes, but I don't have to treat all men like that because I know it's not all men. But I am saying men have that ability, and men are biologically stronger than us, especially in their upper body. That's just a fact. So no, we don't.
Look,
your question doesn't apply to me.
Trauma.
I was responding to him, not you.
I see people use trauma a lot, and trauma, although it's not our fault, it becomes our responsibility.
You have to heal from your trauma.
It is. It's
Yes.
not our fault, and it sucks, but it becomes our responsibility. And if we don't take responsibility for our trauma, again, not our fault, but it's our lives. If we don't, we're going to go around this world hurting people, dehumanizing them, devaluing them, stigmatizing them, and fear-mongering them. Whether you're black, whether you're brown, whether you're a gypsy, whether you're white, whether a man, a woman, whatever. So you can't use like, oh, well, it's kind of okay because of trauma. No.
If we say that it's understandable or even acceptable for women to harbor resentment or express prejudice against men because of negative past experiences, by that same logic, we'd have to accept that someone who had a bad experience with a black person is justified in being racist. And most of us here would rightly reject that. But when it comes to these prejudices or bigotry towards men, there seems to be quite a bit of hand waving when it comes to that.